Buenos dias, it is your girl Bad Luck Kitty, or you can call me Kitty. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about why people are leaving Merida. And it has been like the hot topic the last couple of days in regards to why people are staying and why people are going. And I guess a lot of people feel like, oh, on YouTube, y'all make it seem like life is so glamorous and it's so fun and you're always doing something, you're always busy. And I think I'm equally as busy here in Merida as I was when I was in Dallas. Not as busy as I was in LA, but that's only because I had too much going on in regards to being in grad school and working and running a business, and it was too much. LA was too much. So that doesn't count. So I think that a point that people miss is when you move abroad, you don't move abroad to vacation. You know what I'm saying? You're not on vacation every single day. You move abroad to live a life abroad, and the life you live abroad is honestly going to be similar to the life that you live in the States. One of the main reasons that things that will be different will be like the cost will be different, or your activities will be different. However, you won't be on vacation every day. So a lot of reasons why people feel like they leave is because they say it's too hot. Like this week, baby, it is hot. Like I left my air on for recording this video because I'm upstairs, my window is open. I'm not just about to cook myself so y'all can have amazing video quality. Love y'all, but not like that. So so my air is still on or whatnot. So you have to do what you have to do to make it work for you and your family. So if you absolutely despise the heat, Merida is not gonna work for you. Like it's this week, there's a heat wave. Like I lived in LA, I lived in Dallas, and I'm gonna tell you the difference between extreme heat and extreme cold in Dallas was not for me. Like if it's gonna be winter, please be winter. If it's gonna be summer, please be summer. But please don't be winter in the morning, summer from like 8 to 6, and then fall at night. Like just pick something and stick with it, Mother Nature. Like when I was in Texas, that was the worst thing for me, right? However, I like it a little toasty. So I'm cool with having warmer temperatures. Like typically it's my ceiling fan running, right? But I had to turn my air on because I had to turn my ceiling fan off because it casts a weird shadow when I record. So I don't always need air conditioning. And there are other people who are like anything above like 88 degrees is hot. Like people from the Midwest and the North. Like if you're okay with the winter time, baby, listen, Merida might not be for you. The other thing I hear people say they're leaving because the cost of electricity is high. Yes, I complain about electricity. I'm a very frugal gal, okay? I enjoy keeping all my pennies, all my coins to myself so that I can do all the fun things that I like to do. I don't like to give it away for services and things like that. I like to spend my money on experiences. So yes, I will complain about the electric bill being high because of the simple fact I don't want to spend my money on the electric bill. So an example, my electric bill was like $400. We'll say, I can't remember exactly. I'm just gonna say $400. My electric bill was $400. That's 2 months electric bills. That's $200 per month. Okay, when I was in Texas, that was a normal electric bill. Like, I'm just saying, like, if you look at it, it's relative. Actually, it could be more than that. Also, the simple fact that my house is twice the size of my apartment in Texas. So, another reason why people are leaving is because they're saying they're not finding community, or it's boring. I don't know if those things are interchangeable. A lot of people say, oh, Merida is so boring. It's so boring. And when people say it's boring, I always want to ask them, like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you like to do? And I think there's this belief that they're going to come here and the people who are already here are just going to entertain them. Like we don't already have our own lives and things to do. So I think when some people say it's boring, it's like, is it really boring, or you came here with unrealistic expectations of the people who are already here entertaining you, like we don't have lives and we're at your beck and call? Or if they say it's boring, it's because they see the TikToks where you get, 90 seconds of just this partying and going to the beaches and on boats and jumping in cenotes and da-da-da-da, and you're just like, that's not realistic. They gave you a 90-second snippet of one weekend. Like, one weekend. How do you expect to survive when you're here if every day you're partying and you're out on boats and you're out on the beach clubs and you're at cenotes and climbing ruins and, shopping and market? You don't plan on working? Okay, well, that's cool. If you don't plan on working, what is your income going to look like? So then that brings us to the point of moving and not having your finances together. I saw someone on TikTok say, don't ask me how much I save. Her name is Jasmine. She said, don't ask me how much I save. It said logical people shouldn't ask delusional people. Oh, no. Don't ask delusional people logical questions, And I love that, right? I love that. She's young, no kids. She's free to move about the cabin as she pleases. So you asking her how much she saved, and she said her number was, a lot lower than mine. She's just one person. She has so much more freedom to move around opposed to me with my baby and my dog and needing a lot more stability. I could never be in a roommate. Well, I could be. No, I can't be. Let me not lie. I couldn't be in a roommate situation. I like my personal space. I like a lot of my comforts, and amenities. So there are certain things I couldn't do that she could do, but I love her honesty. She was so honest about it. I think she said she had like $3,000 when she moved, and income started flowing after about a month of being here. Well, I was like, I would never. But for her, it worked. And she's thriving. She's doing well. So it's not going to be the same for everybody. However, you need to plan. You need to be realistic. You need to be honest with yourself. If you're just trying to run from the day-to-day stress of financial burden in the U.S., you need to look at it like, okay, can I quit my job? Yes or no? If I can't quit my job, can my job go abroad with me? Yes or no? If I can't quit my job, I can't take this job abroad with me. Can I find another job that I can take abroad with me? Yes or no? These are all the things that you need to figure out, because you get out here and you're thinking, oh, life is easier. Someone did a consultation with me and they were trying to come on $2,000. They had this number in their mind that they were going to get a place and they were only $2,000 was going to be enough to launch them and they were going to be fine, because someone said that they don't need to pay double deposit and they don't need to pay notary fee. That's just stuff that happens to expats and yada, 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 yada. Baby, you are an expat. How do you think that you're going to find these things and you've never been here? You're going to have to go through the same channels or very similar channels to the rest of us. And then you're not going to be able to get some stupid grand large size house for you and your 4 kids with a $2,000 budget and everyone's gonna have their own room or this great space. I'll just be honest, like, I have 4 bedrooms. Quite honestly, 2 rooms kind of go unoccupied most of the time. I have an office which also doubles as a gym, and it gets about 60 minutes of use a day, 5 days a week. I don't even always work in here. A lot of times I work on my sofa or on the go or whenever or like however. So it's different. It's so different for everybody. And I got my place for 16,000 pesos. 16,000 pesos when I came here was like under 800 USD. The other day I looked at the conversion and I think it was like 920 USD would be my rent if I had not converted money a while ago through the Wise app when it was at a really good rate. So, those are things to take into consideration. Also, things to take into consideration is the currency exchange. Some people came here with the currency exchange thinking 20 to 1, and 20 to 1 was going to be the standard. The other day we were out and I think I saw it was like 17.3. Yeah, so you do the math. So on 20 to 1, 20,000 pesos would be 1,000 USD. Now 20,000 pesos at 17.3. I ain't gonna do the math. I'm gonna just put it like up here on the screen somewhere because I don't have a calculator to do it right now. But it will show you how much money, that really, you take 20,000 divided by 17.3 and you will see how much it is. Okay, the currency changes, it fluctuates every day, it fluctuates throughout the day, and those things will have an impact on how you're living. So if you come here and thinking your monthly budget is going to be that you're going to spend $2,000 a month living here, and you move here with say $2,700 a month, and you are not conscious of your spending, and you don't have any additional savings, you don't have a side hustle, whatever it may be, yes, you're going to be financially stressed and you're going to go back home, right? So a lot of people leaving Merida, because of the heat, because of finances, because they're just not instantly jumping in and finding a community, a tribe, or they're bored, things like that. Those are the reason why people are living. However, I challenge you to use realistic expectations when moving here. Ultimately, it's up to you if you really want to do it. If you really want that change, you really want to immerse yourself in the culture, it can totally happen. One thing that it's going to require, I think the biggest thing it's going to require, is shedding your American mindset. Being uncomfortable with, well, in the U.S., or this doesn't make any sense, or they're always later. You got to throw that shit out. Throw that out the window. Excuse my language. You got to throw that out the window. Because if you come here expecting the U.S. in Mexico, you already failed. Because why didn't you just stay in the U.S.? You should just stay in the U.S. That's my opinion. You should just stay in the U.S. if you expected the U.S. in Mexico. You're going to have to give up some things in exchange for some things and have the opportunities to live a better quality of life. I live on a third of the money I was making in the U.S. My life is very similar to how I lived in the U.S. I traveled, I had good social connections, I went out, I had all of those things were normal. However, it cost me more money to have those things in the U.S. The biggest difference for me is I get to spend more time with my baby, which was my why for moving. Know what your why is, why you're doing this, what the biggest thing is. Hold on to your why, and that will help propel you on your journey abroad. Okay? So thank you all for watching my video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Until the next one. Bye.
Yeah, I don't wanna slow down, I don't wanna slow down, I don't wanna slow down till I burn out. I just wanna live fast, I don't wanna look back and say I could've done more than I did now.